But listen, since we're talking about schools this year, more than half of the nation's school districts are facing teacher shortages. So in Ohio alone, more than 17,000 teachers and staff just left the classroom after the pandemic. In today's education station, Maureen Kyle talks to a former teacher about why she got fed up, and she introduces us to the educator turned wellness guru about how she's trying to make big changes.
I didn't ever see myself leaving education, but then when COVID hit, things changed a little bit for me.
Rebecca Doles loved teaching, but after 2020, everything changed.
The kids each had their own Chromebooks, and kids were on their phones all the time, and it was really hard. I wouldn't say that we were even teaching, it was more like glorified babysitting. We couldn't teach the content. It was a lot of almost like arguing back and forth, like trying to get put your phones down, like we're in class right now, we need to be, learning.
Rebecca was teaching a combined 7th and 8th grade math course. All of the kids shoved into one classroom. Her frustration only mounted.
I was crying every day on my way to school, on my way home from school. On my lunch breaks, I was calling my husband. And it just was not a good environment for me anymore. And it was a planning period, and all my colleagues that I worked with, and we were off at the same time, I was like, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back. They're like, Becky, you're definitely gonna come back. You're on all these committees. I'm like, no, I'm never coming back.
Rebecca says lack of administrative support is ultimately what led her to leave.
Just the lack of feeling like they're supported as educators, because we know we have to support the kids. But how can we support the kids if we're not supported?
It's exactly the burnout that Chanelle Walker is trying to change. This former teacher also left the classroom and started Professional Inspiration, a wellness program for school districts to get teachers the tools they need.
A lot of times when people think of wellness, they say, I'm eating right and I'm exercising, I'm good, And it's actually 8 dimensions. Some models have 9 dimensions of wellness. So let's talk about that. Where are you strong? Where do you need some support? And these are the things that educators, we see in our kids, but we're also not dealing with those things with ourselves.
Chanelle teaches educators these dimensions of wellness, how to implement them on a daily basis, and she's also mentoring college students going into the profession so they never experience burnout.
As we're getting new teachers, the little that we're getting, let's keep them. Let's build a culture where we're teaching our new educators in college about wellness. How do I deal with the challenges that I'm going to face or might face in the district that I'm in?
And as for what we can do as a parent or community, Chanelle says it's simple.
Be present as you can be present. I know that every parent can't come to every conference, but if you can answer a text or send an email and say, I'm here, what can I do? Understand that the very, very, very high majority of educators, they got in the profession because they care about kids. Just be supportive and listen.
Maureen Kyle, 3 News.
Chanelle, that's awesome. Her program, by the way, is available for all school districts. She's working with college students at Cleveland State to teach them these principles. And as for Rebecca, she says she'll probably never go back to teaching. She has 2 little ones at home and twins on the way.